Alright, welcome back to the Crabby Dice. Today we're going to be looking at the expansion to Cacao called Chocolatl. I'll just call it Chocolate from now on. This is a fantastic expansion to one of my favorite all-time family weight games. It's great. So there's 4 modules in this expansion. I'm going to process this video by talking about each module separately, how to set it up, how the rules work, what I think about it. And then at the end of the video I'll have a short playthrough. 3 things before we start. Like usual, please like, subscribe, and comment on my YouTube channel. That would be fantastic. Let's get started. Alright, so let's start off with the map module. So the way you set this one up is you're going to give each player 2 of these map tokens. Alright, you're going to have this map board that you're going to lay next to your jungle drop pile. And during the setup, you're going to also fill up 2 tokens or 2 tiles on top of the map board. So this is how you would set up the game. Now the rules to this module are, when you're filling up the jungle tiles on the board, you can pick up one of these 2 just like you normally would in the base game. So let's say you want to place this plantation in your display, you play it, and then everything would slide over. Okay. Alternatively, now you have these tokens that you can give in to the general supply to place one of the tiles on the map board instead of one of the 2 available here. So let's say you were going to place this on the board, then everything would slide over again. And pretty much those are the rules. Alright, so the whole point of this module is just to give you more future sight, so you can plan a little more strategically going forward. So you can see tiles coming in the future, so maybe your strategy is going to change depending on what tiles you want to place here, which workers you want to use, so on and so on. And also, if you really don't want to place these 2 tiles, for example, if these are 2 sun discs and you already have 3 sun discs, or they're water and you don't want to put water, or they're plantations and you don't want to get any more cacao because you're already full of cacao, you have the option of using a map tile to sort of change up the game by placing one of these, and so on and so on. So it's a module that'll make the game more strategic, obviously, by giving up some of these map tiles and manipulating the order in which some tiles come out. Alright, it also makes it more strategic because you can have a future sight and so on and so on. Now, personally, the way I like to play this module is just my house rule. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it to play with this. You get extra components, you have extra board, you have all this extra stuff. It's not worth it for this little lightweight family game. So I tend to not play with it, but I've played with it and it's fine. Just play with more experienced gamers and it'll be fine. It's just a fine module. All right. The variant I play with my family sometimes is, instead of playing with this board and these map tiles, honestly what I do is I flip over 2 and I hold 2 next to the draw pile. So you have future sight. It's just you can never touch these 2 tiles. All right. So you can play with a variant where you can just see what's happening, so you can be more strategic, but you always have to pick from these 2 and then you just slide it over. Sort of a variant that I play with. Alright, let's go to the next one. Alright, now let's talk about the irrigation module. So this module is literally 3 tiles. Okay, so it's just these 3 tiles that you're going to work into your base game. Okay, so how do you set it up? You're going to go through your base deck, remove 1 plantation and both double plantation from the game, and replace it with these 3 tiles. Okay. The other setup difference is, now instead of having a plantation and a level 2 market to start, you're going to put a plantation and a water to start. So it's a major difference on how you start the game. Okay, and there you go. So now the rules are, you're going to shuffle these into the base deck, and when these come out, all right, when you place a worker next to the irrigation spot here, what you have to do is give up a water and you'll gain 4 cacao. Okay, so let's say my water was at 2 here. I would give up 1 water because I'm next to it once. Alright, and I'll pick up 4 cacao from the general supply. So you're trading water, which is almost points, for more cacao. And that's it. That's it. So you almost never want to put more than 1 worker against the irrigation top, because 3 times 4 cacao, well, you can only hold 5, so it's kind of pointless, right? So it's more of a thing of always connecting 1 to get 4 cacao for a water. So my review on this module is, it's not bad. I play with it sometimes. I don't play with it any other times. I really have no negative or positive feelings about it. It's just fine. What I do love about it is it really changes up the start. So I don't really love that 2 market at the start. Almost nobody for the first like 3-4 rounds sells a cacao at that market, right? So it's just wasting a space. And a lot of people just place their empty spaces against that market. Well, I don't have it handy here, so I can show you with the example. So let's say this was the 2 market. So this would be the old start. People would place their empty things against it because it's always a pointless market that nobody ever wants to sell to, because they'd rather wait for the 3 and the 4 to come out. So I really like the start. So now you can boost up your water right away, and it's a great way to, you know, start up your point generation and dealing with water and all that, and getting a ton of cacao at once with only 1 worker. You'll end up with a lot higher scores. It's more satisfying, so it's all good. And that's it. It's fine. It's if you want a higher scoring game, if you want to deal with more cacao during the game, this is a fine expansion. Just go through it again, just remove some regular plantation. So you are going to notice that the major way of getting cacao in the game is because you're removing 3 of these types of cacao, is there's only, I think, 3 single cacaos left in the deck and a bunch of irrigation. So you're going to be spending a lot of time getting cacao with the water. Alright, so it changes up the game a little bit. Alright, and that's this module. Alright, now we get to the Chocolatl module, which is the name of the whole expansion, and it introduces the most stuff. Okay, so what do you get for setup? Alright, for setup, you're gonna have these chocolate bits. They all look like chocolate Hershey bars here. So you're gonna put this into the supply next to the cacao. What you're gonna do is also you're gonna introduce 3 new markets, and these are markets that you can sell chocolate to. And you're also gonna introduce 3 more jungle tiles here, which is making chocolate. Okay, the tiles you need to remove from the deck are the 3 mines, which were the straight up victory point ones, and the 3 markets. Basically, you're replacing the mines with the chocolate, and you're replacing the 3 markets with 3 markets and 3 chocolates. So it's a straight analog 1-for-1 here. All right, and that's for setup. Now for rules, what's gonna happen is a couple of things. When you go get cacao, you just go get cacao like you normally would. So let's just say I generated 4 cacao. All right, and now when you connect the next to one of these chocolate generating tiles, for example like this, you get to convert cacao into chocolate as many times as your workers are there. So for example here, I would get to convert 3 cacao into 3 chocolate. So I get 3 cacao into 3 chocolate. Now chocolate still stays on your board and occupies a spot at the bottom of your board. Okay, so you still can't have more than 5 combined chocolate and cacao. Okay, so that's what these tiles do, just convert cacao into chocolate. And finally you get a regular market here, and just like you would expect, now you can sell a combination of cacao and chocolate. So if you wanted, you can sell 2 cacao, 1 chocolate, 1 chocolate, 2 cacao. You can do however you like. So because I have 3 chocolate, I'd obviously sell 3 chocolate for 21 points. Or I can sell, if I didn't have 3 chocolate, I can sell 2 chocolate and 1 cacao, and whatever you like. Right? If you had only 1 worker, you pick the one that you want. So for example, I can sell 1 chocolate for 7 points. And there you go. Those are the rules. Pretty simple. My review of this module, it's fantastic. I tend to always play with it. It gives you something extra to do. The best part of this expansion, honestly, is removing those mine tiles, which I find so useful. Everyone hates these tiles in the base game. Nobody ever wants to place next to them unless you're next to the 2. Getting a worker for 1 point is kind of pointless all the time. It's a very suboptimal move, so removing those from the game is great. It's a fantastic thing. And honestly, these, you're not even changing them, it's just a straight analog, right? You're just adding these 7 cacao there, so that's fantastic. Okay, so yeah, you're creating a new way to score. So now you can go for a new strategy in the game where you want to convert a ton of cacao into chocolate and then sell your chocolate for a ton of points. And these points, you're not really waiting for that 4 cacao market to come out. There's 3 of these tiles, so they'll come out. right? You don't have to worry about it. They'll come out and you'll be able to convert your chocolate into cacao, your cacao into chocolate, score a ton of points, and it is a winning strategy. I've seen a ton of people score a ton of points. That's why they introduce some even 50-point shits, because you'll get much higher scores with this expansion, and it's fantastic. I like it a lot. Play with it every time. Alright, and the last module we're going to talk about are the huts. So how do you set this up? So let's talk about setup. You're going to take all these huts. Because they're all double-sided and there's different abilities on both sides, you're going to jumble them in your hand, and then you're going to drop them on the table, and then you're going to sort them by price. I'm not going to show you that and waste time, but you know how how sorting works. Just sort them by price so that it's easier for players to sort of gauge which ones they can afford and which ones they can't. Okay. Now the rule changes for this. Pretty simple. On your turn, either at the beginning or at the end of your turn, you can spend coins that you gather during the game to buy a hut. Alright, once you turn in the gold, you'll take the hut and you'll place it next to your game board, and it'll give you either a special ability during the game or an extra end game scoring thing. Okay. Now, I'm just going to use this tile as an example. The points on the top you don't lose. So this is the cost, and it's also still counts for end game scoring. So if you pay 20 gold for this tile, hut tile, okay, you're still going to score 20 points at the end of the game. So almost think of it that you're just exchanging gold for huts, but you're not losing the points. You're just losing the ability to buy more huts, because now you don't have those coins available. Okay. So I'll just give you an example with this hut here. It's probably the simplest hut in the game. This tile is literally just a +5 point hut, right? Because you're going to exchange 20 points for a 20-point hut, plus it gives you +5 points. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Alright, other tiles give you special abilities during the game. For example, this one is whenever you sell a chocolate, instead of getting 7 points, you get 8 points, and so on and so on. Okay, so half of them are end game scoring, half of them are during the game rules and stuff. So also, you just have to note that some of them deal with other modules. So if you're not playing with, like, let's say the map module, what I would do is, if this was on the table, just flip it around and it'll give you something else. Alright, so this is another one that exchanges chocolate for more points. Alright, and that's basically how it works. You'll have it on the side of your board, you'll score either more points at the end of the game, or it'll give you an ability during the game. So my review for this one, fantastic. It's probably the best part of this expansion. I play with it every single time. As long as you're playing with experienced players and players who can handle one extra little piece of information during the game. Already it's a super light game, but this is super simple anyway. You're just exchanging gold for a special ability, right? And it makes the game a bit more strategic, because now you can actually pick a special ability and sort of go down the rabbit hole of trying to get more points using that ability. For example, the chocolate. You know, I've seen people get this hut and then trade in a ton of chocolate, so you're getting an extra point every single time, so it makes it worth it. You're not generating a ton more points with these huts. It's an extra ability, an extra point scoring, but you'll score maybe between 5 and 7 extra points per tile, depending on which ones you bought and stuff like that. So it's cool. I like it. I play with it every time. So let me just rank which modules I love the most in this expansion. So I love the huts. I play with that every time. The chocolate is a close second. I play with that also every time, but I actually like the huts more than the chocolate. Next, I would say the irrigation, because of the start, is my next favorite. And honestly, the map kind of meh. It's just okay. And I rarely ever play with it, but it's there and it's not really bad. So overall, if I were to rate this whole expansion, fantastic. It continues. I think, you know, Tom Vassal has a law. I'm gonna have a law as well. Any game with 2 expansions, usually the first one is fantastic and the second one is either mediocre or terrible. So this game is exactly like that. This is the first expansion that came out for it. Every module is great, or, you know, even the bad one is not bad, but the second expansion, not so hot. Okay, so I'm gonna do a short playthrough right now. Alright, here we are for the playthrough for the chocolate expansion. So well, if you haven't seen the base game playthrough or rules or anything, follow along. I'll show you how to play the expansion. So as you're going to notice that the start is a little different. We're not going to have the level 2 market right off the start. I'm going to play with all 4 modules. So I'm going to have the map board up there. I'm going to have the huts down here. I'm playing with the chocolate and also the different start because of the irrigation tiles, which I'll show you when they appear. Okay, so let's get started. So It is just like the base game. So what you're going to do is you're going to place your tiles next to the map board, and you're going to activate the jungle spaces equal to the amount of workers you have on the edge. Okay, so I didn't grab any of my 1 workers all around pieces, but I did grab a couple of my my 3s and my 2s. So I think what I'm going to do, just to spice things up a little, I'm actually going to place a tile like that. Alright, so what's going to happen is I'm going to move my water 3 times because I'm on this edge 3 times. So I think this game I'm going to try to use the irrigation because I'm going to try to raise my water and then use the irrigation to lower it to get a lot of cacao. Alright, and now this one, there's no jungle tile, so I get to activate it later in the game. And there you go, that was my turn. Pretty simple. I'm going to draw back up to 3. So you're always going to have 3 tiles in your hand. And there you go. Some added things to this expansion is you can end up buying stuff if you have gold, but obviously I'll get to that later when I have gold, and I'll show you how the map things work when we have to put jungle tiles. You have a choice of taking the regular ones for free or using a map tile to take one of those ones available. Alright, so just like I did in the base game, for the other 2 players I'm just going to draw off the top of the deck and just be as strategic as I can be with their tile. Alright, so they drew this tile here, and I think what they're going to do is do this. Boom. Okay, so now what this is gonna do is that they're gonna get 2 water because they have 2 workers on the water, and now whenever in the game you have 2 worker tiles with an open space in between, that's when you're gonna actually get jungle tiles to fill up the space. Okay, so yellow has a choice. He can take one of those 2 and just place it in and everything slides over, or he's going to take one of those 2 for one of his map tiles. Honestly, he doesn't really want to use his map tiles now, so what he's going to do is he's actually going to grab this plantation and place it right over here. So now red and yellow are going to get a cacao from the general supply. Okay, there you go. So now we're going to go purple's turn. Oh, before we do that, everything slides over. And there you go, first market came out. So purple's gonna go. Let's see what purple does. And look at that, everyone's getting their double 1/1 worker out there. So do they do the same thing? They can do the exact same thing I did. Sort of a everyone's gonna try to raise their water, I guess, to try to get those irrigation cacao points later. But he can also place here. Let me see what's probably the best move for him to make. Let's see, he really wants the water, so I think what he's going to do is he can either do this or this. And if he places it here, he's going to have to place a tile here, and honestly none of those tiles he wants to place because they'll benefit yellow as well. Although it'll make them catch up to me for water, so you know what, they will do that. He's going to place it right over here, so he's going to raise up his water by 2, and then he's going to place one of the tiles because we created an opening here. He's going to place the water tile, and both yellow and purple are going to go up again. So look at that, we're already, so that's a big change with this expansion, is if you're playing with the irrigation, you're gonna, water is gonna fly really fast off the mark instead of waiting for a water tile to show up eventually. So let's slide everything over. We're getting a bunch of markets but no irrigation tiles. So until those irrigation tiles come out, we're not going to be generating a lot of cacao because we did remove from the base game the regular plantation tiles, so there's not that many in the deck. So it's going to be my turn now. So let me take 3 tiles, and then that's it. You're just going to keep going. It's a short game. Play under 30 minutes with 3 players, and there you go. So now I got 1 of each, 2, 1, 1, or this one here. So what do I want to do? I think what I'm going to do is I really want some sun tiles because those are really powerful at the end of the game. So what I'm going to do is actually like this. Okay, so I'm going to raise my irrigation by 1, my water by 1, sorry. And then I'm going to place a tile because remember, every time you have 2 worker tiles with an opening, you're going to place a jungle tile. So I'm going to place this one here, and this is going to give me 2 sun discs. This you can use at the end of the game when the stack is completely empty. You can place an overlay on top of your own to reactivate all the spaces around, but I'll show you that near the end of the game. I'm going to place those right over there. And there you go, my turn's over. So let's just speed it up a little, sort of know how it works. And then we got yellows with the 3 and the, oh, I forgot to slide everything over. And what does yellow want to do? Does yellow go for the cacao and start selling them or not? I mean, they can go here to generate 3 cacao, but they're also waiting for maybe the irrigation to come out. I mean, he can raise his water like crazy like this and get a cacao at the same time. Sure, he's gonna do that. He's gonna go for the water strategy and maybe get one of these huts. So I'll also show you how the huts work later on, but you can turn in points to get these huts, and most of them are end game scoring or abilities you get during the game. So yellow's gonna go here, he's gonna raise his water by 3. 1, 2, 3. He's also gonna get 1 cacao. And there you go. Let's go to purple. And there you go. You're gonna do this for about 9 to 11 rounds depending on the player count. Here we go. Oh yeah, just as a general note, if you are playing less than 4, there are some tiles you need to, more than 2. There are some tiles to remove. If you're playing 4, there's 2 tiles you need to remove. If you're playing 3, there's 1 tile you need to remove per player. Oh, yellow did forget to fill up this spot here. And what he's going to do actually is just to screw purple over, because he's got nothing on that edge and he doesn't really want to use his cacao anyway. He's going to put the chocolate thing here. Sorry about that. Wasn't paying attention. Irrigation. Nope. Okay, so purple's got this. I think purple's gonna go right over here. I'm gonna play loose with them, not thinking about so much strategy. So they're gonna generate 2 sun and 1 cacao. Then it jumps to my turn. Let's look at this, and we'll just keep going. So there is the 4 generation point for cacao, which is fantastic. One of my favorite tiles in the game. I wish I could generate a lot of cacao. So I think what I'm going to do is, because that's the biggest market, let me sell my stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually place right here. And then I'm going to actually put this market right, you know what, I'll actually do it the other way around. Just like that. Okay, so let's look at this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a cacao. And then I can sell up to 2 of my cacao for points. So I'm going to actually sell both of them because there's 2 meeples. And that's going to generate me 8 gold. Now one of the reasons I did that is now for 8 gold I can actually pick up one of these down here. So at the end of my turn I could buy one. So let's just take a look. So I can buy anything that's below 10 here. These 2 are the same actually. Let's just flip this around. So I can get this 8th one that I can overlay without sun discs, but I already have 2, so that's a useless ability. This one's not bad. Whenever I sell chocolate, I get an extra point, but maybe I'll get that later. So you know what? I won't buy one right now. I'll see how my strategy goes later on. All right, let's go to yellow. Ooh, yellow's got his 1 of everything. Oops, I forgot to slide these over. Whoopsie. Oh, I did forget to fill up here as well. Sorry about that. For here, I think I'm just gonna place the plantation. Sorry about that. Where does yellow want to place this? So yellow does have cacao. He can start converting to chocolate if he wants. We're not getting a great assortment of tiles, to be honest. Alright, I think what he's going to do, he's going to come here. Let me raise my board here. And I think he's going to place, so he's going to gain a water no matter what, so I'm going to raise his water. And I think his goal is to eventually get this, so when he gets to 16, he'll get an extra 4 points. but I think what he's gonna place on both sides here are, he's gonna use one of his map tiles, so I'll show you how that works. He's gonna use the map tile to place this one and place this one. So he's gonna place this one here, and he's gonna place this one here. So he's gonna generate a cacao, but then he's going to convert a cacao into a chocolate. So instead of giving him a cacao, I'll give him a chocolate, and the chocolate still stays on your board and occupies a spot. So he's the first one with chocolate. So now he sort of wants this market to come out so he can sell his chocolate for 7 instead of a measly 3 for cacao. Alright, so now let's go to purple. There we go. We're just going to keep going around. They only have 1. I think what they're gonna do is go over here. They're gonna introduce this tile here. So they're gonna convert their 1 cacao into a chocolate, and then they're gonna sell their chocolate for 7 gold. Boom, just like that, he's on the board. Does he want to buy a special ability? We'll check later. There you go, that was purple's turn. Now we'll jump to me. Red. Ooh, I got my 3. What do I want to do? So still no irrigation tiles have come out. Oh, are they all at the bottom of the deck? Maybe I'll reshuffle these. Maybe I didn't shuffle properly, so I'll reshuffle that in a couple of seconds. But I need to play now. So the water spaces have been occupied. I would love to have raised my water a little bit more. I don't have any cacao. I could go get more cacao and then sell them for 4 each, which wouldn't be bad. Could do this. Sure, I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna get a cacao, but I'm gonna turn it into a chocolate. So I'm gonna get a chocolate. And then what I'm gonna do is I have to fill up this space right here, and I think I'm gonna go get the temple. So the first temple is on the board. So let me shuffle this, I'll be right back. There you go, I shuffled it a little better, so now the irrigation tile came out. So yellow's gonna go next. I think what they're gonna do, pretty simple. They're gonna want to sell their chocolate for points. So they're gonna come here. They're gonna get 2 more cacao. Fill up their board. Then they're gonna sell their chocolate for 1 for 7. And there you go, that was yellow's turn. And we're gonna go to purple. Let's see. I think what they're going to do is try to put out that irrigation tile so they can have 1 space next to it. But where do they want to do it? See, what do they need 3 of? What do they need 3 of? Okay, so I think what they're going to do is they're going to place this here and then pay a map tile to place this one here. Okay, and what they're going to do is they're going to activate this one first. So they're going to lose a water to gain 4 cacao. Alright, but then they're going to convert 3 of them into chocolate. So they're going to keep 1 cacao and 3 into chocolate. So what they're going to do at the end of their turn is they're actually going to pay 7 gold. Oops. They're going to pay 7 gold to get this special ability. Because they have a ton of chocolate now, they're going to get this one. So now every time they sell chocolate, they'll get an extra point, which I think will help them in the end. Okay, back to me. Oh, I get to do that ability as well. So I'm going to lose a water. Whoops, sorry about that. To gain 4 cacao. Alright, now it's my turn. So I'll grab a tile here. So I got 1 chocolate. I would love to generate more chocolate. Probably do the exact same ability he just did. So I can do the exact same thing like this. Oops, I keep forgetting to refill here. I can sort of do the exact same ability like this and maybe put a water here. Or I can do this because I gotta place 2 tiles out there. Okay, so what I'm going to do on my turn, pretty simple. I think I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to pay 7 for this ability. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. No, I'm going to do this. Alright. So, let's move this up a little. So what I'm going to do first is change 2 cacao into 2 chocolate. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I got to put 2 tiles out. So I'm going to use a map tile to place the water on this side. So I'm going to go up on the water. And on this side, I'm going to place the market. So I'm going to sell 8 chocolate because it's 1 worker. First 8, because remember I got the hut, so I'm gonna sell it for an extra gold. There you go. Let me slide everything over. I'm just gonna push this up. Map's getting kind of big. The next irrigation talking about. All right, so I'm gonna run out of room. I'm gonna have to start tossing things over. So yellow's gonna go. So what does yellow have? 1 of everything. I don't think he's gonna do the chocolate strategy. I think he's gonna get to the end and try to do something else. So I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna actually go here. What he's gonna do is he's gonna take another cacao. Then he's gonna sell 1 of his cacao for 4. He's going to take a 5, put back a 1. And then he gets to place a tile here. And I think what he's going to do is going to use his last map tile to place the temple. There you go. That was yellow's turn. Let's go to purple. Woo! Double sell. I think he's definitely going to come here. Oh yeah, look at this. He's gonna come here. He's gonna have to put 2. And I don't think he minds. Oh yeah, this is what he's gonna do. He's gonna pay his map tile. This is gonna be a crazy move for purple. Okay, he's gonna pay his map tile. He's gotta fill up 2. So he's gonna pay 1 like this and 1 like this. He's gonna play this up here, this over here. Oh no, the other way around. Whoops. Okay, so he's gonna do this in this order. So the first thing he's gonna do is activate twice over here to sell 2 of his cacao. So that's gonna be 16 gold because he has the ability with the hut. So he has 16. Right. Next, he's gonna activate this one here. So he's gonna sell this one for another 8. So it's gonna be 8 plus 16 is 24. So I'll just do 4. And then what he's going to do is going to lower his water by 1 to generate 4 more cacao. Boom! Just like that. And then with 24, I think what he's going to do is he's actually going to spend 13 of it to get this one here. He's going to take back 7. And this tile basically means he gets to place his worker on the 0 space here, and he doesn't have to worry about water anymore for the rest of the game. It can't go down, it can't go up, it's fine. This is one of the mini expansion ones, and I love it. It's pretty good. So he's going to gain all this. So he's really ahead of everyone else at this point. It's going to be hard to catch up. Alright, now let's go to let's refill here. Although both other players are out of map tiles and I sort of have my last one, so we'll see how that works. I do have 2 chocolate. I wouldn't mind selling them as well. So if I want to double sell, I can't really do that right now. I could sell 1, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. Do I want cacao? No, I'd rather go here to gain control of this temple. So that'll be my turn. So I get to sell 1. So I get to sell this one for 8. So I'll take a 10, put back 2. All right, and this is just a temple space. Then it's gonna go to yellow. So we're almost done. So yellow's got a double 1 and 1. I think what yellow's gonna do is gonna go straight up right over here. So they're gonna sell 2 of their cacao for 4 each. So they're gonna sell both of these for 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. 8. Yep. And then they need to place 2 tiles. So what they're gonna do is put the sun disk here and put the market here. So he's gonna get 2 sun disks, but then he gets to sell another cacao for 3, which he'll do. I'll take a 5 and put back a 2. And I can do the exact same thing, and I think I will. So I'm gonna sell 1 of these for 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Now purple's turn. Ooh, the 1-1-1. Well, purple's completely full of cacao, so they don't want to go next to irrigation or cacao. Tough choices now. There's not really much spaces to go. Oh boy. They can sell and then take another one if they wanted. Sure. I guess they'll do that. They're gonna come right here. They're gonna sell a cacao first for 3 and then pick another one up. So they're gonna re-pick it up, and then they're just gonna net 3 points. There you go. 3 points for them. It's gonna jump to me. All right, 4 tiles left. Oh, I forgot to fill this up. Nope. Temple. Maybe I'll put a temple out there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna see if I can sell a cacao and put a temple out. Let's see. Is there a way for me to do both? I can do this and then put the temple here. Sure, let's do that. Alternatively, I could do this, but it's going to be a waste of 1 cacao, right? Let's see. What else can I do? All right, I think I'm just gonna do this. No. I think I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna generate 2 cacao here. I'm gonna sell 1 for 3. Take a 5, put back a 2. All right, and here I'm gonna put a temple by spending a map token. So we're all out of map tokens, so I'm just gonna get rid of this board, I think. Slide everything over. There you go. That's my turn. I'm gonna go to yellow. They're gonna draw. Does he want to join me in this temple area here? Maybe. They just need to generate, let's see, to get to this they need 12. They already have enough for that. So they just need to generate 1 more water. So I think they're gonna do this. Alright, so what they're gonna do is go like this. So they're gonna generate a water. And for the 2 spot here, I think they're gonna place the regular cacao. So they're gonna generate 2 more cacao. Then they're gonna spend 12 to get this tile right over here, which is an extra 4 points at the end of the game, because they reached the end of the track. All right, let's go to purple. What does purple want to do? Purple. Purple's got a ton of cacao. Maybe he's gonna go for the, so maybe he wants this one to come out so he can convert some to chocolate. So I think what he's gonna do, because he wants to convert some to chocolate, he needs to go to an open spot. So maybe he'll do this or this. Sure, he'll do this. Oops, I forgot to slide everything over. Actually, he needs to convert to chocolate. There's no, oh, the chocolate generation is there. He can't actually do that. All right. So I think for this one, what he's gonna do is he's just gonna build in the temple section right over here. And then what he's gonna do is add the 2-point market right over here. So he's basically adding to this temple. So I'm winning 2-1, but then he's taken over this temple. So that was a 3-point swing that he just did here. And he only activates this one. And you know what? Yeah, sure. He'll sell 1 for 2, and I will sell also 1 for 2. So we're both going to generate 2 points each. 1, 2, 1, 2. There you go. So now it's going to be my turn. And we got 3 tiles left, so we're near the end. All right, so here we go. Forgot to slide everything over. So now I got a couple of choices. I could create chocolate and sell it as well. What can I do? I wouldn't mind also playing it here so that I can gain control of this section. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place this one here. Wait. It's probably not a better. It's probably a better idea here. Something like that. Let's see. If I do this, I gain this temple. I can put an irrigation here and then a coffee thing here. Sure, I'm gonna do this. So what I'm gonna do is add both these tiles. So I'm gonna go here and here. The order really doesn't matter. I have 1 on each side. So essentially what I'm gonna do is lower my irrigation to get 3 more cacao. 1, 2, 3. And then this one I get to convert 1 of my cacao into a chocolate. There you go. It's gonna be yellow's turn. They're gonna play. Ooh, a 3 and a 1. At this point, I think they just want to sell stuff. Oop, I forgot to slide all this over. Ooh, a temple and another temple. I think they're gonna try to gain some of these temples. So they're already gaining this one, and they can't really reach these ones. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna play like this or like this. And play a temple here. So they're gonna sell a cacao for 3. 1, 2, 3. Now let's see, he has 13 coins. Does he need anything else here? Let's see if he can get to 16. If he can get to 16, then he'll buy this one, which is more points. Alright, so let's go to purple. Oh, he needed to place a tile here, so he's gonna place the Crabby market. So purple's got a piece here, which is 3-1. Yeah, so purple's gonna play it smart. They're gonna go here to win this temple, and they're also gonna place another temple right over here. So purple has a really strong game right over here. And now we can start using our sun discs because there's no more tiles in the jungle display. We can start using them, or we can place them next to whatever we want. So what do I want to do? So I got a ton of stuff that I can sell. So I can overlay here to sell 3 of my cacao for 12 and another, oh, I don't have another one. I do also want to sell at one of these markets here. So I can overlay here or here to sell my 2 So maybe I can do, although I only have 2 cacao. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to overlay right over here, I think, for a sun disk. And basically I'm going to sell, see, this might not be worth it. Wait 1 second. Darn it. See, how much gold do I have? I have 20. Yeah, I'm gonna buy one of these ones for sure. Okay, so at the start of my turn, let me just show you. I have 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 24. Boom. Spend all of that, and I'll just pick up this one. Boom, just like that. Now, what do I want to do? I think what I'm going to do, oh, this is a perfect move. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, this is perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert one of my cacao into chocolate. And then spend 3 of my chocolate. Right? And this is going to give me 24. Right? Because I get it for 8. So 24. Now logically I would have bought that hut my previous turn. I wasn't paying attention. So what I'll do is I'll just spend 20 to buy this one as well. Because I think you're only allowed to buy 1 per turn. I'm just going to look at the rules right now. 1 second. Yeah, so you're only allowed to build 1 hut per turn. So I would have bought this one on the previous turn, and I would have bought this one this turn. There you go. Sorry. I'm not cheating, I swear. So yellow's going to go. And what yellow's going to do is... do they want to overlay? I think they want to gain some temples. Is there any way for them to gain a temple? They can go like this and tie this temple here. They're already gaining this temple. So yeah, they're gonna go like this, gain another cacao, and then they're gonna spend, let's see, they have 13 gold. Then what they're gonna do is they're gonna spend 12 of it to gain this one here. So now they're gonna tie that temple, because for every space where you have 3, it's as if you have 4. Boom, that was a 3-point extra chit for them. Right, then we're gonna go to purple. So we're almost done. Last 2 turns for purple. So purple's gonna go. Do they want to overlay? So they have a bunch of cacao. So they can go here. Sure. What they're gonna do is go right over here. So they're gonna overlay. Okay, so they're gonna transform one of theirs into a cacao, into a chocolate. Right, and then they get 2 cells here. So they're gonna sell a chocolate and a cacao. So this is gonna generate them 10. All right, and then on this side they're gonna sell a regular cacao. And this is gonna generate them 3. So I'll take back 5, put back a 2. And I think they're gonna buy the 16-pointer here. 16 to buy this one. Boom. Now my last tile. Alright, how much gold do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My last tile. What do I want to do? Could I gain control of another temple? I cannot. Where can I generate points? You know what? I'm just gonna go right here. It'll generate me some points. So it's gonna give me 1 sundial, which is a point. It's gonna give me 2nd place here, which is 3 points. And there you go. Pretty much done. So that was my game. I ended up with 5 tokens at the end, which I can't really do anything with, so that's done. So we'll go to yellow. Yellow's gonna draw. And where can they put theirs? I think they're just gonna gain, they have 3 cacao. Oh, perfect. What they're gonna do is they're gonna use their sun disk. They're gonna go right over here. They're gonna generate another sun disk. They're gonna sell 3 cacao. They're gonna generate 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm gonna take a 10 by putting in a 1. And what they're gonna do is they're actually gonna pay 10 to get this tile right over here. Alright, the last tile of the game before scoring. So purple's gonna gain this. What does purple want to do? Purple's got one measly cacao left. Where should purple go? Doesn't need water. 3, 4. They can break a tie up there. Sure, just to get 3 points, they're just gonna break the tie right there on the temple and they're done. And there you go, we're done. I'm gonna go to scoring and I'll be right back. Alright, so scoring, I already scored the other players. Purple ended up with 68. Orange ended up with 60 and I ended up with 74. Obviously the biggest point total I gained were because the huts. I got just this 25 and 30, just 55 points just on 2 huts, right? And then with this one, 62 just on this. So I pretty much beat orange just on my chits here, and I almost generated nothing else on the map. I have 6, 3 and 3 there, and just a measly 4 points on the side here. So I did forget to add the sun disc, but it doesn't really change it that much. And there you go, that's the game. So I'm gonna go to the next expansion now, so click on the link for that. If not, we'll see you in the next one. Later.